In this lesson, I'm going to be showing you how to create a volume or speaker symbol in Adobe Illustrator. So first, we're going to grab our rectangle tool and create a four-sided shape that looks something like this. Next, we're going to select that and go to Edit, Copy, and then Edit, Paste in Place. And hopefully you've still got your Smart Guides turned on, and we're just going to drag that out, holding Shift, just so it snaps in place nicely. Let's just make this part a different colour as well, just while we do the lesson. Okay, so now we're going to select, with our direct selection tool, we're just going to select these 2 points here on the right hand side, and using the scale tool and holding Shift, we're going to drag up. And as you can see, this is starting to create our speaker. So we're just going to select them again. And then you can use the arrow keys, or you can hold Shift and use the arrow keys to just tap these into place, or holding Shift to do bigger increments. Okay, there we go. So that's looking about right for our speaker. And I can make that black again. Now next we're going to create the sound waves that are going to go over here on the right. So there's many ways to do this, but the way I like to do it is select the ellipse tool and hold Shift to create a circle. And then using the direct selection tool, that's this one up here, you just simply select this left hand point and hit delete, and it will create a semicircle. And then from there, we just swap the fill and the stroke around and increase the weight to something like that. And this is a personal preference, but you can select it and you can change the cap to round cap at the end, and you'll see it just adds a rounded cap rather than a square edge to it. But for this lesson, I think we'll keep them square. Just make sure it lines up vertically there with the Smart Guides, and just bring it a bit closer. Now if I select the sound wave and go Edit, and then Edit, Paste in Place, I can then hold Shift and use the arrow keys just to tap it a little bit closer. And this one's going to be a bit smaller, so we're going to use the scale tool just to shrink this down. That's holding Shift as well. And that's one of the benefits of keeping anything that is a stroke or an outline as a stroke or an outline, because when you shrink it down, it will remember the weight. So if I create a copy of this here, and I go to Object, Expand, as if I finished my shape, and then I shrink it down, as you can see, it doesn't remember that there's a stroke, and it will just scale that down. And we want these two sound waves to be the same weight. And I'm just going to bring that a bit closer so they line up. And they're a bit closer overall. Okay, so there we go. We've created our speaker icon. The last thing to do is to press Command Y on the Mac or Control Y on the PC. And as you can see, we just want to group these shapes. So we're going to go to the Pathfinder, and then unite this speaker shape on the left. And then our sound waves on the right. We want to select those, go to Object, Expand, leave those ticked and click OK. There we go, so we can see the outline of our shapes now. And then what we want to do is select all of these, go to the Pathfinder palette, click Unite again. And there we go. We've created our speaker volume symbol.